Traveling with a disability or illness can be awfully frustrating and limiting. However, as baby boomers continue to age and the market segment grows, tour operators like Accessible Travel Solutions are crafting one-of-a-kind vacation experiences for wheelchair travelers and other disabled globetrotters. Vatican City. This 4-hour guided tour grants VIP access and skip-the-line admission to popular attractions such as the Vatican Museum, the Raphael Rooms, the Sistine Chapel and St. Peter's Basilica, among others. What's more, the route is completely step-free. Pompeii and the Amalfi Coast, Italy. The 8-hour tour takes travelers to the ancient ruins of Pompeii and Italy's stunning Amalfi Coast, where guests will experience panoramic views of the Bay of Naples from the cliffs of Sorrento. The adventure utilizes a special step-free route and a wheelchair-accessible van for transport to and from the hotel or cruise ship. Athens Acropolis and Ancient Greek Ruins, Greece. This 8-hour adventure through Athens includes a fully accessible driving tour and first-hand experiences. Highlights include the Acropolis Museum, the Temple of Zeus and Hadrian's Arch. Exclusive elevator access will even allow disabled travelers to reach the top of the Acropolis. Versailles Palace and Gardens, France. Disabled travelers on this 6-hour journey will take a wheelchair-accessible route to tour the iconic Versailles Palace and Gardens from Paris. Special elevators will allow guests to experience the attraction's many highlights without having to take a single step. Barcelona, Spain. Travelers on this 8-hour tour of Barcelona will explore all of the city's major attractions, including the Sagrada Familia Church, the Gothic Quarter and its Barcelona Cathedral, Montjuic and the lively Los Ramblas Boulevard. The tour avoids steps and severe cobblestones with the help of a ramp-equipped accessible van. Castillo San Cristobal, San Juan, Puerto Rico. A private guide will lead travelers through Castillo San Cristobal, taking them through multiple levels of the famous San Juan Fortress. Guests will take in stellar views of the centuries-old castle and also visit the souvenir shop. Chacchoben Ruins, Costa Maya, Mexico. Follow a knowledgeable guide on step-free paths through the Chacchoben ruins. Once the center of Mayan activity, the site boasts more than 70 remaining structures surrounded by lush jungle. Harrison's Cave, Barbados. Touring Barbados' breathtaking Harrison's Cave is a stress-free option for disabled travelers thanks to a wheelchair-accessible tram inside of the cave and an accessible van that transports guests to and from the cruise ship. Experience impressive stalactites and scenic waterfalls during this 3-hour tour. Diamond Falls Botanical Gardens, St. Lucia. Take advantage of a wheelchair-accessible van and a step-free path to explore tropical flowers, plant life and hot mineral springs during the 6-hour shore excursion in beautiful St. Lucia. Travelers with limited mobility can also tour the St. Lucian rainforest via aerial tram with shore trips. Belize Zoo. Experience Belize's wide array of wildlife up close with a 3-hour guided zoo tour. The step-free, paved tour routes feature opportunities to spot tapirs, toucans, eagles, jaguars and howler monkeys. Romney Manor, St. Kitts. Visitors to Romney Manor in St. Kitts will tour the Caribou Batik factory where they'll watch workers in action as they craft wearable art and clothing. Guests will also have the chance to do some souvenir shopping. Konoko Falls, Jamaica. This accessible tour begins at the cruise ports in Falmouth or Ocos Rios and features a journey through the scenic tropical gardens of Konoko where guests can spot koi, snapper, and turtles. Amsterdam, Netherlands. The accessible, 3-hour walking rolling tour of Amsterdam begins at Dam Square. From there, an experienced guide takes guests through the famous red light district, past several canals and into the vibrant Nieuwmarkt. Vasa Museum, Stockholm. Sweden. Stockholm's Vasa Museum features the only almost fully intact 17th-century ship that has been salvaged, and visitors to Sweden's capital can see it via the accessible Djurgården ferry. Berlin, Germany. This accessible walking tour of Berlin features an expertly trained guide who will avoid obstacles like stairs and curbs so travelers can visit the Berlin Wall, Checkpoint Charlie and other coveted sites without issue. London, England. Climb into a wheelchair-accessible black cab and enjoy a relaxing 2-hour driving tour of London. Your experienced and passionate driver will take you past landmarks like Big Ben and Westminster Abbey and stop for photo opportunities along the way. Edinburgh Castle, Scotland. Disabled travellers can tour Scotland's iconic Edinburgh Castle step-free to see the Scottish National War Memorial Museum and take in tremendous views of the city from the sprawling fortress. St. Petersburg, Russia. With most cruise ships spending multiple days in St. Petersburg, travelers have ample time to explore the city. A 2-day accessible shore excursion features step-free routes through the Peterhof fountains and gardens. Guests will also see the Church of Our Savoir on the Spilled Blood, St. Isaac's Cathedral and the famous Hermitage Museum. An accessible guided tour of Monaco includes stops at the Palais du Prince, the Cathedral of Monaco and the Oceanographic Museum. Travelers will also experience the Monte Carlo district and noteworthy attractions like the Hotel de Paris and the Monte Carlo Grand Casino. Basilica Cistern, Istanbul, Turkey. With special permission to use the wheelchair lift, visitors to Istanbul can tour the underground Basilica Cistern, which is the largest of several hundred ancient cisterns located beneath the city. Florence, Italy. Experience all that Florence has to offer on an accessible 6-hour walking rolling tour. The adventure begins at the Uffizi Gallery and continues at the Florence Cathedral, the Duomo, and wraps up at Accademia Gallery, which is home to Michelangelo's statue of David. Venice, Italy. The 4-hour St. Mark's and Grand Canal tour through Venice takes travelers through lively St. Mark's Square where they'll see the Clock Tower and San Marco Column, among other sights before boarding an accessible boat for a cruise down the Grand Canal.